Hey everybody, welcome back. Proverbs Bible study, Proverbs reading. Let's jump right into it, you guys. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. We kind of late today, but that's okay. Better late than never. Welcome in everybody. Thank you for joining me again for another Bible study. A live reading of the Proverbs. Today is June 17th, and we are reading Proverbs 17. This is Bible with Barbara. I am Barbara. I'm your live host. And I show up here daily to read the Proverbs with you guys so that we can stop living foolish and live lives full of wisdom. Hey, Trinity, you caught me live over here on YouTube. Look at there. So, yes, you guys, this is Bible with Barbara. We show up here daily. If this is your first time catching me live, we come here to read the Proverbs, a chapter a day, like I said, so that we can stop living foolish and begin to live lives full of wisdom. Yeah, so if you come in later, if you don't catch me live, that's fine. This is why I record them. So if you come over from TikTok or from Facebook, the lives will always be here for you. I hope that you good, Trinity. So let's get right into it. I'm just going to read straight through the book of the Proverbs 17, and then we're going to do the commentary. Every day I share with you guys which translation I'm reading, and today we're going to be reading the Tony Evans Study Bible, the Christian Standard Version. Again, the Tony Evans Study Bible. Proverbs 17. Better a dry crush with peace. I finally caught up with you. I miss you. I miss you as well. I'm gonna start going back live on TikTok in a minute. I'm just feeling led to really stay here with Proverbs for a minute, but I'll be back over there doing my lives twice a week on TikTok. Thank you for coming in the room, girl. Verse 1. Better a dry crust with peace than a house full of feasting with strife. Y'all, right away, Proverbs is telling us that it's better to live in a house quiet alone with little, than to be in a house full of food and luxuries, but it's a bunch of fighting. You got no peace, a bunch of quarreling. Everybody wants to come home and live in peace and quiet and harmony. And so right off the bat, Proverbs is coming to get us together and to let us know if you are a partaker of division and discord in your home, stop. Verse 2. A prudent servant will rule over a disgraceful son and share an inheritance amongst brothers. A crucible for silver and a smelter for gold, and the Lord is the tester of hearts. So God already knows. Yesterday we talked about the heart. Like, you can make plans, but God knows your motives. He knows your heart. He knows why you're doing things, why you're saying things. A lot of times we try to fool other people and fool ourselves, to put the illusion that we're doing things for good intentions and the motives are pure. But God says, no, I know your heart is wicked. And you're not doing it for the best intentions of the receiver. You're doing it for selfish gain. You're doing it out of pride. Ooh, he got us together yesterday. And so this verse is coming right back around to say the Lord is the tester of the heart. A wicked person listens to malicious talk. A liar pays attention to a destructive tongue. Get from around it. Don't be a part of it, right? It says if you are even listening to it, you are part of the wickedness. Ooh. Ooh, but if you take a minute to think about it, I can see how that could be so, because I've been caught up in lots of gossiping conversations where people talking about things. And then what happens? Not that you intentionally want to partake in it. It's not your intention, but before you know it, you start giving your little 2 cents of what you think about it and how you feel about it. And all the time, you're going to slip right into gossiping and slandering and just a lot of foolishness. That's why the Proverbs come to call us out of our foolish way of living into a life of wisdom. And so I'm going to read that verse again. It says, a wicked person listens to malicious talk. Ooh, listens. Do y'all hear me? And a liar pays attention to a destructive tongue. Ooh. The one who mocks the poor insults his maker, and one who rejoices over calamity will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of the elderly, and the pride of children is their father. Yeah, I like that. We talked about that too the other day. Eloquent words are not appropriate on a fool's lips. How much worse are lies for a ruler? A bribe seems like a magic stone to its owner. Wherever he turns, he succeeds. Whoever conceals a offense promotes love, but whoever gossips about it separates friends. Again, it's calling us to stay away from that gossiping. Don't listen to it. Don't partake in it. Because Proverbs is telling us today that it separates friends. It causes divisions. It causes bitterness. It causes strife. I'm glad that we reading this together, you guys, because it's telling us don't even listen to it. So you don't even have a defense when you start saying, but I wasn't saying nothing. I just was there sitting by listening. No, today's Proverbs is saying don't even listen to it. Separate yourself from it. Get away from it. Verse 10, a rebuke cuts into a perceptive person more than 100 lashes into a fool. Ha ha! My goodness, Proverbs. I gotta shake that one off, y'all. Don't be a fool. We gotta stop living foolishly. An evil person desires only rebellion. You want to get somebody back? A cruel messenger will be sent against him. Better for a person to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool in his foolishness. Come on. Did y'all follow me on that? Let's just read that one again. And that's verse 12. Better for a person to meet a bear robbed of her cubs. And we already know that's an angry bear who's coming to literally tear you apart. The Bible says, Proverbs 17 and 12 says, it's better for that situation than for a fool in his foolishness. Turn away from foolishness. Turn away from evil. Separate yourself from wickedness. If anyone returns evil for good, evil will never depart from his house. Hey, Gabrielle, thank you for coming in. What's up? Brother the Nutter. Today I'm reading Proverbs 17. This is what I'm reading today. This is where we're gonna be at. We come here to read the Proverbs only. So we're not going through John 3:16. Um verse 14, to start a conflict is to release a flood. Stop the dispute before it breaks out. I'm gonna read that one again because people come and they want to cause discord. They want to get you to get on a conversation with them. They want to see where they can plant seeds of division, right? But today's Proverbs is telling you don't let people pull you in. Stop the dispute before it breaks out. We talked about it last week. Not everybody needs a response. You got to learn how to compartmentalize and put boundaries up, right? Not everything needs a response from you. We don't have to entertain it. Ask Father to give you discernment. And when you can see where the enemy wants you to go left, go ahead and go to the right. Separate yourself. Don't even respond. Some chatter don't even matter. It's not worth your energy and it's not worth your time. Verse 15 says, acquitting the guilty and condemning the just, both are detestable to the Lord. Why does a fool have money in his hand with no intention on buying wisdom? Oh, goodness. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a difficult time. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a difficult time. Verse 18, one without sense enters an agreement and puts up security for his friend. Get counsel, seek wise counsel. Don't make hasty decisions. Proverbs taught us that last week, right? It's better to get wise counsel before you make a hasty decision and put up for security for a friend, for a neighbor, for a family member who you know is really not reliable or accountable, who you know probably more than likely is going to have a problem paying it back or staying committed to the contract that they've entered into, right? And the like. One who loves to offend loves strife. One who builds a high threshold invites injury. Let's read that one again. One with a twisted mind will not succeed, and one with deceitful speech will fall into ruin. Okay. A man fathers a fool to his own sorrow. The father of a fool has no joy. Come on. We're at verse 22. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. A broken spirit dries up the bones. So those who are mourning and grieving, right? We got to pray and we got to work at it. We got to continue to press forward and move forward. We can't stay in that place of brokenness, of crushed in spirit, because this Proverbs is teaching us that a person who linger there too long, it dries up the bones. It becomes like a cancer, if you will, to the bones. It deteriorates at your soul, at your spirit, right? And so you want to find a way to push forward, to move through, to get healed, to get help. That's really good. Verse 23, a wicked person secretly takes a bribe to subvert the course of justice. Trying to be sneaky, you scheming and you scamming. It always will be revealed and exposed at some point or another. Honesty matters. If you've been reading along with me in the Proverbs, I think we go over this almost every day. Proverbs is telling us that honesty matters. No matter how difficult it may be, no matter how challenging it may be, honesty matters. It just always seems to allow you to come out on top. Whereas being deceptive, being a part of scheming, being a part of scams, trying to get rich quick, right? Just being a part of just foolishness and gossip and lying and quarreling, it always leads to destruction. Yeah. Verse 24, wisdom is the focus of the perceptive, but a fool's eyes roam to the ends of the earth. A foolish son is grief to his father and bitterness to the one who bore him. So when we out here having these kids and they getting caught up in the things, Proverbs is saying it causes the parents just pain, bitterness, right? It is certainly not good to find an innocent person or to beat a noble for his honesty. The one who has knowledge restrains his words. The one who keeps a cool head is a person of understanding. We talked about having self-control yesterday. Even a fool is considered wise when he keeps silent, discerning when he seals his lips. Ooh, that was good. So y'all, that's going to complete Proverbs 17. Let's get into the commentary according to Tony Evans Study Bible. Let's see what the commentary has to say about today's reading. Verses 5 says, God cares for the poor and expects the same from his people. Verse 6, the commentary for verse 6 says, this verse strikes a special chord with me. Now, I don't claim the title elderly, but I can testify that grandchildren are the crown of those in their senior years. What a blessing when God lets you enjoy the children of your own children in whom you've invested. It's a blessing to be alive, to see your children's children. There is no greater feeling. You think that being a parent is a good feeling. There is no feeling that can compare to having a grandchild. The feeling is just, it's something you can't even really put into words. Verse 9, whoever conceals an offense doesn't mean to excuse sin. We're giving a commentary. This is Tony Evans' commentary. It says, whoever conceals an offense doesn't mean to excuse sin. Rather, it means a person isn't out to destroy you by using your transparency against you. A godly friend wants to lift you out of the mud, not leave you in it. Commentary for verse 12 says, how dangerous is it to pal around with foolish people? Solomon says you're better off facing a grizzly bear, a grizzly mama bear who's been robbed of her cubs. Ooh. Verse 14, commentary says, it only takes one harsh word to open the floodgates of conflict. Come on. Only one word for that argument to pop off and take off. Just one. So the commentary says, don't give the devil an opportunity. Don't give him a foothold to hinder God's work amongst his people. Stop a dispute before it starts. Why? Just get away, walk away, shut your mouth, have self-control. You don't got to entertain it. Words can't hurt you. Commentary for verse 17. When do you need a friend the most? Not when you're on top, but a true friend stays with you when you're heading downhill when times are rough. Sometimes you don't know who your friends are, in fact, until you're in trouble. Come on, is that not the truth? Too many of us are Lone Ranger Christians. We're trying to make it by ourselves when God's plan is for us to grow, to serve, and love in community. You can't fulfill the one another commands of Scripture by yourself. God made us to be with each other. We were made for each other. Commentary for verse 22, speak the truth in love. So it's saying, speak the truth. We ought to tell the truth, but do it in love. And that simply means to me, my commentary on top of his commentary is, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. Deliver the truth. The truth may hurt, but it's your deliverance of it. Deliver that truth to the one you love, but in love, in kindness, with compassion, right? Honesty, what matters. Let's continue. Because speak the truth in love, because God has given us the ability to turn a broken spirit into a joyful heart with our words. Right? Verse 24 commentary. The chief desire of the perceptive is to apply the divine viewpoint to every area of life. Verse 28. There's a time when we must speak free. There's a time when we must speak freely. On the other hand, the one who opens his mouth too much, usually to hear himself talk, is likely to stick his foot in his own mouth. Ooh, that was commentary for verse 22. Okay, y'all, so that's going to conclude today's Proverbs reading, Proverbs 17. We're going to go over to TikTok and we're going to share what I chose to be the verse of today. Go ahead and follow me over there. Thank you guys for coming along. Thank you for grabbing your sword and reading along with me. Again, if this is your first time running up on this page and you're like, who is this girl? This is Bible with Barbara. And I'm a live content creator over on YouTube. And I come over here on TikTok just to record live the daily reading of the Proverbs. And so every day we read a proverb, and the proverb correlates with the date. So we read Proverbs 17 today because today is June 17th. I'll meet you guys here tomorrow for the reading of Proverbs 18. Later.